situated right there in the middle of the Soyuz vehicle. Contains those customized seats we talked about earlier for the crew members during the launch, entry, and landing phases, and also has all of the controls and displays necessary for the flight. 41 cubic feet, so it's definitely a bit of a tight fit. And about 110 pounds of payload can come back, and it's the only portion that survives re-entry. The orbital module, which is accessed through a hatch at the top of the descent module, is connected via that pressurized hatch. It's where the crew has a small amount of room to move around during the flight to the station, and has a slightly larger volume of 230 cubic feet. And at the very top has the docking mechanism, hatch, and rendezvous antennas located. Or they're deployed, 2 solar arrays are folded against the body of the vehicle, against the body of the propulsion module, which sept off. And when that shuts down and detaches, the Soyuz will be in its preliminary orbit. And so again, getting good reports, everything looking ready for launch at this point. The first and second stage engines ready for launch. Telemetry's been received from the rocket, indicating that all of the primary and backup systems are indeed ready. Under 5.5 minutes away. The exact launch time is targeted at 4:17 and 2 seconds p.m. Central Time. The launch command issued. These engines now ramping up.
Engine turbo pumps at flight speed. Engines at max.
And lift. Mark Vande Hei, Alexander Mazurkin, and Joe Acaba lifting off and now on their way to the International Space Station.
10 seconds.
A little over 10 seconds already into the flight, getting good first stage performance. Soyuz delivering about 930,000 pounds of thrust from those 4 boosters and the core engine.
We are feeling great too.
Stable.
40 seconds and the vehicle is stable.
Continuing to get good calls. The vehicle's stable. Everything looks tower actually being jettisoned. And just got confirmation the escape tower has been jettisoned. The 4-minute 43-second mark, then the Soyuz will be ready to do what's called a hot stage technique, and that's when the third stage will ignite while the second is still burning. That's why, if you remember views of that rocket, there's that lattice structure, that open area between the second and third stages. And we've just crossed 4 minutes since launch. And there, the telltale jolt, that tells us that the third stage has cut off, getting confirmation it has separated and co-use.
We are stage 66 of the ODS. Confirm. We confirm.
Standing by for contact and capture.
We're standing by for the contact lockdown. Contact. We have mechanical. Decreasing still.
Сейчас Джо, на место Джо, твой
May
скафандр
ask you to connect your so-called spacesuit.
Я буду получить мой скафандр здесь, в ISS.
Could you secure it here? Do you want me to do it here in the ISS? No, please stay here. Joe will do that.
Хорошо.
Okay.
Секунду.
Stand by one.
Окей.
Just detached it and connect with this.
And there it is, the hatch open, 12:08 a.m. Central Time, 1:08 a.m. Eastern Time, while the station flew just 255 statute miles over Serbia. And first one through the door, Alexander Mazurkin, the Soyuz commander for all of the events today. This again, his second trip into space, second stay on board the International Space Station. Just behind him, NASA astronaut Joe Acaba making his third flight into space and his second time as a long-duration crew member on board the station. And bringing up the rear, the first-timer Mark Vande Hei on his first space flight, making his way into the International Space Station for the very first time. All right, and with that, the crew of Expedition 53 back at a full 6-person, and now the crew's going to make their way over to the Russian service module. And once they're all set up, we'll get these voice calls started, and they'll be able to speak to the folks back over in Baikonur.
Three, welcome aboard ceremony.
Baikonur, this is Mission Control Houston. Please call station for a voice check.
Station, this is Rob Navius with your colleagues, families, and friends in Baikonur. How do you hear me?
Rob, we've got you loud and clear.
You all look great up there, and we'll start the event.
Папулечка, привет.
Daddy, hello.
Доченька, привет, родненькая моя.
Hi, my dear. How are you?
Привет.
Hey there.
Нет, не замерзли.
We're not cold, we're good.
Там хорошо, тепло.
Is it warm over there?
Ты видишь, у нас дружеская тесная компания.
Well, you see we're all cozy here.
Родной, привет, родной мой.
Hi, my dear one, I love you.
Хорошо, даже от
You look wonderful, even excellent.
так держать.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Thank you. I love you.